Hello. Do not adjust your seats. Do not move from your current location. You are now in the Kari zone. The Kari Mansion has been preparing you for the last 2 years for this exact moment. You have been part of a psychological study on the ongoings of endangerment within a parallel universe. And as such, what we are about to watch is the culmination of all that has come before. We are about to enter a realm of weirdness, psychological shenaniganry, and a world that might make us perceive the universe we know differently henceforth. So we're going to be watching Vita Carnis. It's one of these kind of like creepypasta kind of spooky kind of videos in the same vein as SCP and The Back Rooms. Kind of like a bit of an online ARG as far as I'm aware. If you have never heard of this, then I guess we're all going to be in for a bit of an experience together. So sit back, relax, let's get spooked. I've heard this is freaking weird, so yeah. I guess the only way that I'm supposed to like prepare you for this is that it's like a research documentary on something SCP something easy views something money. Classified material. Federal law provides severe civil and criminal penalties for the unauthorized viewing of this footage. Well, I guess we're out. Yeah, guys, sorry. No creepypasta today. Yeah, no. I can't pay $500,000. Bitch, I can barely pay to fix my roof as it is. Yeah, that's it. We're out.
On planet Earth.
Yo, that's where we live. Well, that's where you guys came from. Wait, did you know that we have a Discord and a Twitch? No? Well, now you do. So what are you waiting for? Why don't you click those little links over there and be part of the fun? Just like the rest of us cool kids, you know what I'm saying?
Creatures big and small have found ways to adapt and evolve.
And then there's me, top of the food chain.
To flourish in all types of environments. From
funny how you guys live in such arid environments.
Forests, life can be found.
And now you live in the Kari Mansion
Earth
where
has
you are
owned these
all
creatures
damed
since
and
the
looked
dawn
after.
of life itself. Only until very recently, things have changed.
Oh.
New life forms have appeared all around the globe and completely changing the...
Yeah, sorry about that. When the shattering of the Kariverse happened, you know, bits of Kari just ended up all over the place. And, I mean, I'm not saying that we were the reason Pokemon exist now, but they did base Pokemon off of what happened in the Kariverse. So, you know, you just got to deal with it, you know? Kari creatures are not to be feared. They are to be admired and appreciated for their existence.
The balance of nature and what we know about evolution itself. That is why we, at National Living Meat Research, have been studying these new species.
National Living Meat Research? Is the meat people? Is the meat people? Are we eating people? Is this Greenpeace all over again?
Trying to help educate everyone about these creatures and their wondrous ways of life. First, what are these new life forms?
Yes, please tell us.
Since their explosive arrival across the globe in 1931,
1931?
there has been much debate on what these newcomers are and where they came from. Are they extraterrestrials coming to invade Earth?
Nah, they're, Hey, Warthog, thank you for the resub. They are offshots of a very negligent succubus that decided that scratching their back and leaving the droppings in a different universe was the best way of getting rid of the excess. We're sorry, guys. The Kariverse takes no responsibility for the spawning of new generations of intelligent creatures within your universe. We hold no responsibility for our actions.
Or are they demons who come
Soylent
from
Green,
hell to
sorry.
purge humanity?
Oh, wait, no way. No fucking way. No. You know, if you look hard enough...
Thanks, Magnus Faraday, for the
If you look hard enough, you can see Makari... Wow, maybe they did know that it was us. If you squint hard enough, you can see Makari's features in this silhouette.
Who come from hell
Magnus,
to
thank
purge
you for the resub
humanity.
as well.
From what our scientists have discovered, no. The origins of these creatures are solely to Earth, miraculously out of nowhere. We don't know why or how.
They rose from the
but one thing
ground!
is for certain, Earth is now their
So,
home.
just to point out, this is some propaganda that we put down to make people believe that that's where these creatures came from. but just between you and I, because, you know, we're in this, like, limbo of the Kari mansion, so we don't really have to abide by the rules of this universe that this is dealing with. But between you and I, and this goes nowhere other than between all of us, we did that. It was us.
What these creatures are is mysterious and still not well known today. But here is what we do know. These creatures are comprised mainly of muscle tissue, organs, and bones. They greatly resemble animals with no skin, or store-bought meat. Because of the
something something, stop playing with your meat, something something, dick joke, something something. Nice.
these characteristics, they have been named accordingly as Vita Carnis. The Carnis species consume decaying, organic matter, but their main diet is composed of raw
Latin,
meat,
isn't it?
not including their Carnis relatives. The Carnis only appear in places
Yo,
where there is
Carnies! I love Carnies! We had a Carny near us that had some great clowns, had some great rides. Was a bit expensive, but, you know, it comes around once in a while.
an abundance of crawl, which leads to the first creature of the Carnis species.
Also, you guys
The
almost got a
crawl.
scan train going.
The crawl is a growth of meaty tendrils that closely resemble the small intestine, the only difference being the dark red coloration. These tendrils grow in a similar pattern as vines.
Oh, okay.
mold,
On a more serious note, this is really, really disturbing. Like, it's giving me a really uneasy feeling. Like, the shoddy quality and just the way the narrator is talking. Like, it's that, like, the voice being sort of like, old cassette recording and sort of very robotic. It's giving me that unsettling feeling. That, like, really uncanny feeling. And I love these kind of like, because this to me feels a bit SCP related, you know? You got these, you get these sort of SCPs that sort of have like an infestation within the regular human society kind of thing.
or fungi. A primary stem structure is the host to divisions of other, smaller branches. In each tendril
You know,
contains a
we are
variety
going to
of
watch the
veins,
Mandela effect at some
arteries,
point.
and
Oh,
other
sorry, the
similar
Mandela catalog,
organs
sorry.
used to transport nutrients absorbed from its surroundings. The ends of these tendrils are equipped with organelles used to absorb water and organic matter necessary for growth.
Do they eat
The source
humans?
of these organic materials is mainly found in dirt and soil on surrounding surfaces. Using its root-like tendrils,
Oh god, that's kind of creepy. You know, that actually reminds me a little bit. It gives me a little bit of a vibe of, do you remember the mutants from Tiberian Sun? Like, there's the way the mutants had, like, tendrils and they'd, like, latch onto things. It's got that, like, sort of zombie kind of infestation effect to it. So at what point do we pull out the Flammenwerfer? Like, you see this and you don't pull out the Flammenwerfer? Why not? We must always pull out the Flammenwerfer, and not just the regular Flammenwerfer, the heavy Flammenwerfer. You want Zerg in your life? You want Tyranids? This is how you get Tyranids.
it absorbs the material and processes it into usable energy. Although, the crawl also obtains energy through another means,
Yeah, a little bit like the Flood, maybe.
using a sophisticated form of photosynthesis.
Which, to this day, by the way, I still think the Flood is one of the best examples and best iterations of a sort of zombie parasite kind of entity. There are some that are good, but the Flood is just one of my favorites. Not to mention because the Grave Mind, as like the hive mind of everything, super awesome.
The dark pigmentation of the smaller branches is ideal for absorbing sunlight, and therefore allowing solar energy to fuel the crawl's growth.
Maybe at some point we'll look at the
Because
history of the
its
Flood. I
efficiency,
think that's an interesting
it thrives
concept.
in almost all types of environments, easily allowing it to spread across the world, and can be found pretty much anywhere. Its recent inclusion in the ecosystem has caused many major changes in nature's balance. One may assume that the crawl's presence may outcompete any other competitors, but due to its unique life cycle, where old
So, what we're hearing is that the Earth has the clap. It's just caused an STD on the planet.
branches fall off and decay into nutrient-rich compost,
Oh.
all forms of life seemingly flourish instead.
Oh,
The crawl's abundance grants plenty of nourishment to all animals, from plants feeding on the decayed crawl, herbivores thriving on increased plant population, and carnivores feeding on both the abundant prey and are able to eat the crawl as well. The presence of all these animals leave behind waste, which will be broken down and consumed by the crawl, and the cycle begins again.
Oh.
This form of symbiosis leads to an environment where all populations thrive.
Mother Nature saying, fuck you to the humanity.
Also uses the crawl to our advantage. Because of the supernatural rate of growth and its richness in nutrients, it has been sustainably cultivated
was that,
into
wait. Was there something in it? Was there a little...
nutrients, it is crawl to our... Humanity also uses the crawl to our advantage. Because of the supernatural... This form of symbiosis leads to an presence of all these animals leave behind waste, which will be broken down. Populations thrive. Humanity also uses the crawl is harvested and it has been because of the supernatural rate of growth.
Oh, wait, did you see that? Oh. Yo, we got secrets! We got secrets! I thought I saw something. Just a single frame. What does that say? Radio tower overgrown with crawl? Is there anything else in this? Huh. Little bit of subliminal messaging in there. Is there something there as well? Interesting. Interesting. Okay, chat, keep your eye out for more secrets.
And its richness in nutrients, it has been sustainably cultivated into domestic farms.
Oh.
The crawl is harvested and processed into fertilizer.
I'm not saying a negative to
greatly
this.
Increases crop yield and quality.
Other than just the fact that it's very fast growing.
The crawl may also be used as a food source for humans, and reliably so. But due to its
Hey guys, one's in the chat if you would eat this. The forbidden licorice.
kindly appearance and taste, it has yet to reach cuisine standards. The crawl also plays a very important role in the next creatures that we have been studying.
Actually, I just realized, I know what this reminds me of. This reminds me so much of the necromorph. Like, I'm expecting this to, like, grab people and fuse onto them. So, like, it's like fusing bodies together. And what you're eating is actually just people.
Sometimes, in a crawl-populated environment, a node of meat may develop on one of the branches. This node will fall off and grow into a functioning organism and go to live on as an independent animal. This leads us to the upcoming species that we will be discussing. The first of these creatures are the trimmings.
Wait, hold. Secret. I saw that wasn't even just a single frame. That was like 2 frames. Where is it? Where is it? There. Wait. Oh. What is that? Ooh, they were very subliminal with this. Hold up. It's like some Bible extract? I can't read that. I'm illiterate to begin with.
The trimmings. Trimmings are small animals that resemble skinned raccoon.
Trimmings? That's a monstrosity. What is that? Like something you find on the back of your dog when you've gone out in the wilderness. Ugh.
They are commonly known to have a plump body, round head, small eyes, nose and ear holes, and an agape mouth. They are also equipped with a diversity of limbs. All individual trimmings are
But can I eat it?
unique, each with a different body shape, number of limbs, and other characteristics.
Yo, Pokemon are real! I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch the trimmings is my real test, and to eat them is my cause.
One thing they all share in common is that they are made mostly of meat tissue and are a maximum of 20 centimeters in length.
But can I eat it?
Than a basketball.
Aw, they're kind of cute. It's like a cat.
Its life starts with its separation from the crawl. It will wonder to find anything that is edible and able to consume. Although...
Will it eat people? I don't want these things to exist if they're going to eat people.
It is an omnivore, being able to hunt meat and forage for plant matter. Trimmings are almost entirely scavengers. Their diet consists of rotting plants and meat, including, but not limited to, fruits, vegetables, roots, seeds, insects, and deceased animals.
We're animals. What if they change their habits? What if they go from being a scavenger to a hunter? What if they start seeing humans as prey? If they find a crippled human, will they start eating that human before they're dead? Because it's just easy prey? But as I was saying, see, this is the kind of scary thing about all of this, and Luxem, thank you for the resub. This is the kind of scary thing about all of this, is that, you know, it's all well and good so long as it's not, like, an affront to the human side of things, but it's that uneasy feeling of how weird and disjointed everything is, and knowing that full well this could very easily evolve into something that is even creepier and scarier and monsters and breaks our fickle knowledge of the universe we live in.
Although its appearance is unsightly.
Oh god, that's horrible! Oh, what the fuck? Ew! Ew, brother, ew! That is unsightly, though. I do not like the look of that. But my question still stands. Can I eat it?
It is a cowardly creature, only fleeing, screeching, and hiding when threatened.
So the average male VTuber? I mean, that's like the average male VTuber to the yandere dommy mummy VTuber. Like, no, please, I'm but a fickle male VTuber. I can't have my penis. It's not milking time.
Because of its lack of defensive traits, it lies near the bottom of the food chain, making
Even
it
under
easily
rabbits?
overpowered and picked off very regularly by predators.
Dude, you know you are the bottom of the rung when even rabbits are considered predator to you. God damn, it's like the furry hierarchy.
Its population would eventually
Love you,
die
Tia.
out.
Good night.
This is not the case.
Oh, wait. Secret. It's a secret. Oh. Mass trimming infestation? Estimated 400 plus trimmings gathered under a large abandoned satellite dish. The reasons are unknown to why this is happening. See, guys, I told you. It may start out as a benefit to society. It may start out lulling us into a false sense of security. But then you get the critical mass, and all of a sudden, those trimmings aren't so much trimmings as they are the whole main deal.
Is not the case. The crawl constantly produces a large quantity of trimming nodes, keeping up their numbers. Naturally, trimmings can be found wherever there is abundant crawl.
Well, you know, this might have started as something that Makari let loose into this universe, but it's clearly evolved into something out of our control. And again, we're sorry. We at the Kari Mansion are sorry for the result of what Makari has done. However, once it's started, it is your responsibility to look after the Kari essence in that universe. So don't come looking to us to apologize. We only started the procedure. You were expected to do the rest. I'm just saying.
Trimmings grow at a decent pace, reaching maturity at around 7 months, having a maximum lifespan of 2 to 4 years.
Oh.
Although they are plentiful, humanity has no proper way to implement trimmings into society. Their overabundance has even considered them pets.
Oh, that's just... Oh, look at the little guy! He's just gooning! Like, oh, so what you mean to tell me is that these are a replacement for raccoons? Like, they're kind of cute in a I've just skinned a tortoise kind of way. In a eldritch abomination, please don't eat my children kind of way. So basically the planet has crabs. Good to know.
Due to them digging through trash bins and making excessive noise at night.
Yeah, they're just raccoons.
Besides all of this, some people still keep trimmings as pets.
Honey, where's our baby gone? Darling, I left the baby in the room with the trimming a moment ago, and the baby's missing. Where's the baby, and why is there a baby-shaped lump in the belly of the trimming?
And relatively domesticate them,
Why? Just
Nuisance
get
or
a
not,
cat.
trimmings are a wondrous creature. From their plentiful numbers to their skittish nature, they are truly a thing to behold. The next species on our list is the meat snake.
I'm sorry. Did you just say the meat snake? Who in their right mind was sat in the office and was like, what do we call this thing? You know, I was just jerking off a second ago. We could call it after that. A nice little meat snake. All right, guys. Get it out of your system now. Get the laughs out of your system now. I want to make sure from here in, at any point that meat snake is mentioned, no one is to laugh. We are going to handle this with maturity, so get your laughs out of your system now. Yeah, laugh it up. Ha, funny meat snake. Right, secret. During the travels to one of the journal storm pushed to Prince, Cool.
The meat snake. The meat snake is a worm-like creature, made of a variety of types of meat.
Can I put it in my butt? Like, can I put it in my butt? Don't need batteries for that, for that thing, do ya?
Coated in a transparent, skin-like membrane. Its size varies during its lifespan, depending on how much it consumes. When it first separates from the
you know
crawl-
what? I don't want to put that in my butt. You know what? No, that goes nowhere near my ass. Brother. No. I take that back. Issa, reverse the fabric of time and rescind what I just said. Ew. Eh. That is not a happy snake. Nagi, can you tell your cousin here to not be such a disgusting affront to nature, please? Like, goddamn. Talking about meat snakes.
It is only a few centimeters
Hi,
in
Nagi.
length. Eventually,
Yeah,
it
so
will
do I.
reach
I
an
love
average
analog
length of
horror.
5 meters.
I've got the,
Although,
Mandela
under extreme
catalog to watch at some point,
conditions,
too.
Like natural disasters, war, or plague, it can greatly surpass
Oh,
this length.
wait. Secret. It's a secret.
It can greatly surpass.
There's a single frame. Largest meat snake ever discovered. And it was in my pants. Dude, we can never watch analog horror and actually have it be creepy because every time we goddamn do, we gotta turn into some kind of perverse, stupid humor. During a sweep of the underground settlements made during the weight of a massive shed? Something? Meat snake was discovered stuck inside the underneath of a underground valley. The beast was measured at a total of 40 meters. So it's the big-ass leech creature from Amnesia. Was it Penumbra? You guys remember that game that was made by the people who made Amnesia? And there was that big fucking leech monster that chases you down? Oh, God, ew. It is believed that bodies gathered during the war were fed to the creature, causing it to cult activity. Because of course there's cult activity. Because no matter what ends up happening in the world, there's always going to be a cult that's built up around it because people are stupid.
Surpass this length. The meat snake's diet consists entirely of dead animals or parts. A meat snake is incapable of consuming a healthy, living organism.
I mean, I get it. I mean, dude, this is so good, though. I cannot wait for us to start doing more analog horror. Guys, by the way, if you're watching this on YouTube and you want to suggest me more analog horrors, please comment below or leave me a DM on Discord. We need more stuff like this. I have the Mandela catalog that's ready to go at some point, and I have some, like, SCP and Backrooms related content. But if you have suggestions, if you know of other analog horrors that'd be good to watch, do let me know.
The meat snake locates its food by using a tongue-like organ covered in sensors to touch and feel its environment. The sensors catch particles of decaying meat, notifying the meat snake that there is food nearby. This process shares many similarities.
After a while,
to
I could probably
regular
see this as being
snakes,
kind of
hence
cute.
the meat snake's name.
It's the human teeth that are
Once
getting
it
me, though.
locates-
It's like when somebody gives a frog human teeth. Sophie.
The corpse, the meat snake will open its jaw and swallow the entire body whole.
Vor? Vor? You know, the meat snake's kind of cool, actually. I might. Wait. There better not be. Okay, I was double checking Rule 34 just in case there was any results. There are not.
Once the entire body is consumed, the meat snake's stomach will release a variety of chemicals.
So it's just
Some will break
basically a
down
very
soft
meaty
tissue like
snake.
skin and the connection points between muscles. Others chemicals will then ferment and preserve the tissue to keep it from breaking down for as long as
Yeah,
possible.
it's just a very meaty
After
snake.
that, the
with
remaining flesh and
human
bones
teeth.
will move along the meat snake's
Blech.
tract and slowly be implemented into its own structure, extending the meat snake. Unsatisfactory parts like skull.
Do you think this is what they based the mobile snake game off of? Like that little blip that you see on your Nokia Samsung phone wasn't just a little cube, it was a dead body. And you were the snake that consumed it.
Skulls, pelvises, hair, and fingernails will be excreted. Speaking
Wait,
of
just the skulls and
the meat
pelvises?
snake
What
will
about the
take
other
skull
bones?
from the consumed organism and use it as its own. Each meat snake has its own skull. Each
Oh!
corresponding
Oh, that's horrifying! Oh, ew, brother. Oh, that's actually
what
disturb.
that
No,
one
that.
has consumed. During its
Oh,
lifespan,
that reminds me of. Oh, there was a horror thing I saw a while ago. What was it? That kind of did something similar, like just wearing the skull of its enemy or something.
it will swap or replace these skulls if needed. A meat snake's lifespan depends entirely on how much a meat snake
Hey, thank you for the
consumes.
follow, by the way, Mew.
The longest one has lived for was 28 years. The meat snake has no predators and is immune to disease due to its preserving chemicals. The only significant ways a meat snake can die is through starvation, burning, or complete destruction of the meat snake.
Ah, yes. Time to fetch the Flammenwerfer. Once again, the age-old solution always works. If a little bit of fire doesn't work, use a lot of fire.
Snake's membrane coating. Interestingly, the meat snake is the only member of the
Oh, that's horrifying! Now that's nightmare fuel. I don't like that. Nope, don't like that.
Carnis family that is able to reproduce. When a meat snake reaches an excessive size, and is in the conditions to do so, it will commence mitosis, splitting itself
This is,
in two. Then the now
Oh,
two meat
you know what this
snakes
reminds me of? Did you guys ever watch Evolution? That goofy-ass movie from, like, 2005? I'm specifically talking about the live-action one. If you know, you know.
will go on their separate ways and live on as two distinct organisms. Meat snakes can only be found in moderate temperature climates, not too hot, not too cold. Their
Weird.
population depends
Ugh.
entirely on the amount of corpses available. Where there is death, there are meat snakes. Humanity will use them
Suppose
to
that means
advantage.
burying your dead ain't gonna
Meat
happen.
snakes are a very efficient and clean way of disposing of any meat products. The preserving fluid within
Gangs everywhere have meat snakes on hand to dispose of the bodies.
the meat snake's body disinfects the carrion, preventing the spread of disease. Humans use meat snakes in butcher shops as a waste bin, dispose roadkill, within war on the battlefield to dispose of festering bodies and parts, and within zoos to dispose of deceased animals.
Oh,
They are
God.
extremely tame, not caring of any creature.
Tame? This thing looks like it's coming from a dick. Yasatsu, thank you for the follow. Dude, that does not look tame to me. If that's tame, then I must be the best trained puppy in existence. And I am not going to let that tangent go any further.
Creature is around them, only acting defensively when it is within consuming a meal. This means they are very easy to tame. Overall, these snakes are...
Oh, dude. Imagine going along, finding a meat snake that's got the skull of a loved one. Oh, just a regular-ass human skull. Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
A marvelous creature with a very interesting way of sustaining itself. It is an amazing experience to encounter one, as long
What
as
do you
don't
mean
mind the smell.
amazing? I'm gonna have nightmares about this for weeks.
Our next creature is the mimic.
Oh boy, now we're really getting into backrooms territory. All right, what's the sea? Ooh. Huh? Oh. After being stranded at the sea, the young prince eventually was cast to an island and injured. The prince stumbled his way into the nearby cave to the magic he could put himself. Oh, great. So these things were spawned because some dickhead decided to get stranded in a cave and used magic to wish that he had something to suck his. Good job, horny people. You doomed the world.
The mimic.
Okay, you're gonna tell me this isn't gonna try and eat me? I could believe that the bloodworm, like, okay, I could believe that the trimming was innocent and cute. I could kind of believe that the bloodworm was fine. But you ain't telling me that this thing is about ready to ask me for a handshake. You're gonna tell me that this is gonna be a polite member of society that doesn't mimic the voices of the dead to make me get lulled into a false sense of security, to lure me into some back room somewhere and then use my skin as a flesh suit? I mean, maybe it just wants a hug, who knows?
Mimic is a bipedal creature with uncanny similarities to humanoid anatomy. They greatly resemble humans without skin, with added exaggerated features.
When you need skin anyway.
These features include extended finger length, longer limbs, bulging, empty eyes, and their most prominent feature, a wide, teeth-filled smile.
I am not sleeping tonight.
Although it resembles a happy face, this is due to coincidence, and is only how their facial structure is shaped. The maw of the mimic contains much more teeth than humans, and their teeth is comprised almost entirely of incisors, with some canine and premolars in the back. This tooth composition is ideal for biting down onto meat and swallowing chunks whole.
I want to make a stupid joke, but I don't think there's any joke to be made here because that's horrifying.
A mature mimic's diet is
please, Doug.
comprised entirely of human flesh.
Yeah? Yeah? What else? Don't just make this thing watch me like that.
Because of this, they are found solely around
Okay.
human-populated areas. The mimic's life cycle is made of 3 stages.
Okay, but why? Why is it nearby human places? Why?
In the first stage, a young mimic separates from the crawl. They closely resemble their trimming relatives, but are thin, sleek, and only have 4
Ew.
appendages.
Oh,
In this
ew.
stage, the young mimic will hunt small animals, moving on to larger and larger as they grow. Once large enough, it will begin...
So this is actually just like a predator version of the, like an actual predator born from the crawl. Oh, God, okay.
metamorphosis into the next stage of life. Once fully transformed, it will resemble the description mentioned in the beginning. Its hunting style changes and becomes much more complicated.
Mimic locked in home after your owner escaped. Okay, so the crawl isn't all it's cracked up to be. Here I thought at the beginning everything was gonna be hunky-dory, but now we got goddamn Slenderman in our house trying to steal a kid's.
It now stalks and feeds only on humans. It will locate human-populated area and begin its search for an easy target. To blend in, it may use objects to conceal itself. These include clothing, mannequins, and furniture.
No, I hate mannequins. I hate mannequins. This shit. Okay, I don't have many phobias, but mannequins are one of them. I fucking hate mannequins so much. Ah! They make my skin
Once
crawl.
a target has been found, the mimic will observe its prey and learn its routine and when it is most vulnerable. This is typically when the human is asleep at night.
No.
Once the prey is
No, don't tell me it hides under the bed. Don't tell me that it's gonna hide under the bed. I don't. No, I'm not gonna sleep tonight.
within position, the mimic will advance silently until it is close enough. The mimic will then execute and immediately begin consumption.
I'm sorry, do you want to say that again without giving me military grade tinnitus?
Once the prey is within position, the mimic will advance silently until it is close enough. The mimic will then execute and immediately begin consumption. Once the mimic has had its fill, it will leave the scene, a fair distance away from the human population, and begin to digest its meal. Although...
So, in this universe, I'm assuming it's pretty normal to have a high-caliber weapon to hand at every given time.
in the case that a human is awake, a mimic will use a variety of sounds to either lure or
This is a
startle
straight-up
prey into cornering
SCP.
themselves. Once a human is in place, it will swiftly attack and kill the helpless target.
Hello? At least they're not weeping angels. Dude, I think I would prefer a weeping angel. At least your death would be instant. It's gonna jump scare me, isn't it? I don't. I'm looking away. I'm looking away. I'm just gonna assume it's a jump scare. Stop! The anticipation is here. Fucking what? Ew! Oh, no, no. Oh. Oh, that's actually horrifying. That's actually like a prosthetic they made. Oh, this is so... Okay, this is amazing, but oh my god. Oh! Oh! Fucking Christ on a cracker, that's hard. Ugh. See, ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when you don't have your government-issued Desert Eagle to hand. Oh, I mean, it's obviously a prosthetic, right? Like, it's obviously, like, something they've made, and I think you can actually see the person's hand there. But that is just the... Like, that's the epitome of horror. Because, realistically, it could have been... It could have been just like a really quick jump scare. A really cheap, quick jump scare. But the fact they show you the creature slowly leaning in, that's how you do scary stuff. That's how you do creep. That's how you do horror. You don't rely on sudden twangs of the piano. You don't rely on absurd jump cuts. You let that fear creep in. Oh, that's... Like, that's a that's like an actual, like, practical effect, but it's so good.
The next stage of the mimic's life cycle has two potential morphs it may develop into. If a mimic has a consistent supply of food, it will develop more human-like features.
Oh no.
It will grow skin, hair, and by the end will look nearly identical to a human being.
Oh no.
It now can blend entirely into civilization.
Oh, that
and
means
we're on
that they could be anyone. They could be anyone. They could be your mother. They could be in this room with us right now. They could even be me.
humans more effectively. The second type of morph happens when a mimic receives an overabundance of food. It will grow into a larger, more evolved hunter. Its proportions will increase in length, and its humanoid
elder
features will
mimic?
fade away. It grows a thick, dark coating of a flexible skin, which is highly durable, and increases in strength the more the elder mimic consumes. This excludes the face.
Okay, so who's gonna call the exterminatus? You or me? This entire planet must be purged. This entire goddamn planet must be purged. Have you lost your mind, Arthas? Have I, Uther?
Which is now coated in a pale pink skin. The mimic's teeth have also moved deeper into the mimic's throat, leaving its mouth a toothless grin. It uses the dark hue of its skin.
So, you know how I mentioned earlier I have phobias? My other phobia is seeing things in the darkness. I have so many clips on my channel. Like, this is... I hate... Like... what's the word? There's something about obscured faces. Like, I have an immense fear of seeing a face peeking around a corner. Or slightly obscured by darkness and glaring from the darkness. That shit makes my skin crawl.
And to hide seamlessly
If I saw
within a
this in the
dark
darkness,
environment.
I'd take a
Its
very
skills
quick
have also
Sudoku
been
lesson.
heightened. This makes an elder mimic one of the most efficient predators on the planet. Because of the obvious threat this poses on humanity, nations around the world have released instructions on how to be able to fend for yourself in a mimic encounter. Here are the instructions.
1. Avoid going out alone if your location is known to have mimics,
Uh-huh.
or there have been mimic sightings. 2. If you encounter a stationary mimic,
Guys, take notes.
seemingly
Guys,
unfazed
seriously,
by your
take fucking notes. I am not being responsible for somebody getting attacked by a mimic.
presence, quietly leave the location and alert your local authorities. 3. If pursued by a mimic, get yourself into a position where you are able to flee. Mimics will rarely attack if a person has a clear escape route. 4. In the event that you
But, like, doesn't a mimic learn about your routine and stuff? Like, isn't it gonna... Unless you kill the mimic will find you.
been cornered by a mimic, roll into the fetal position, protecting your neck, face, and vital organs from attack. Make as much noise as you can to alert any other people. 5. If you have a weapon, do not use it. A mimic is fairly resilient, and any strikes or shots on a mimic is not effective enough to bring it down in time. Instead, use it as a barrier between you and the mimic to block any attacks. 6.
What the fuck do you mean? So how'd you kill it? Fire? A grenade? Or you just fucked?
In a situation where a mimic is hunting in the immediate area and is not aware of your position, hide somewhere low, like under a bed or behind other furniture. A mimic will not linger too long to search for prey and will move on.
Be safe, and avoid any encounters with a mimic at all costs.
Ugh.
Next up, the Harvester.
Oh, great. Okay.
Harvester.
Wait. Hold. What do we have here? The princess was all along. He slept for what seemed like forever. As he slept, the land around him changed and grew. It was unrecognizable from the prince arrived by his sleep. Still, it is time to heal the prince. Much more time, but it kept the prince.
The Harvester. Harvester
I
is-
love how at the beginning, the first two monsters don't really seem like they're all that bad. But then all of a sudden, boom, you are living in a world where you are completely And I don't think this is going to be any better.
Large, bulbous mass, with a large amount of tendrils spreading from the base.
Oh, it's like little
The bulb
centipedes.
measures around 3 meters in height and 2 meters in diameter. The tendrils, on the other hand, can extend up to 150 meters in diameter horizontally. The harvester is a specialized form of crawl that grows in a unique and deadly way. A harvester is created when a node that will grow into a harvester. Instead,
Like, they presented this in a way that was like, oh, it ain't so bad. You know, it's benefiting society. It's pretty good, actually. You know, now I never want to go outside again. I don't even care if this is fake. I don't even care if this isn't real. I don't want to go outside anymore. Because if there's even a 0.01% chance that this shit is real, I ain't taking that chance. Nah, no, refuse, outright refuse.
instead of separating, continues to grow. Eventually, it will grow tendrils of its own. It uses the energy provided by its mother branch and expands its reach further. Its tendrils, hidden just below the surface of the ground.
Swear to God, if these tendrils are things that come up from under the ground and drag you underneath and then consume you, oh boy.
The harvester is equipped with 2 types of specialized tendrils.
Look at those tendrils! They're like centipedes!
The first type is bulky and flat. They lie the
No! Don't like that! No, do not like that at all. That is unsettling as fuck.
closest to the surface. These branches are lined on each length of the tendril with spines, extending in the shape of a bear trap.
Actually, they're called proboscises, I think you'll find. Thank you very much.
On each side of the branch, those particular spines have a vein that feed into them, that pump 2 types of venom.
Of
On
course.
one side, the spines can inject a neurotoxin, which will attack the nervous system of whomever it is injected into, causing sudden paralysis.
So what you're telling me is that this is basically a pitcher plant. Oh.
The other side can inject an anticoagulant, which when injected, prevents blood cells from clotting. Whenever a large animal moves across the area armed with these tendrils, the branches will clamp onto the animal and thrash violently. Once the prey has been injected with both venoms, the tendrils will rest and the prey will immediately collapse. The animal will be unable to move due to the paralysis.
Dude, I'm not normally lost for words, but this is basically checking every single one of my fears and phobias when it comes to horror and just general uncomfiness. Like, oh my God, I don't want to go outside ever again. Again, if there's a 0.01% chance that these things would ever exist in real life, I'm not taking that chance.
And the wounds caused by the thrashing spines will not stop bleeding. All the prey can do is lie patiently.
And
until
Yuzatsu just
succumbing
said
to
that this
blood
gives
loss.
flood vibes. I said at the very beginning, this
Once
makes me
prey
think
has
of the
bled
flood.
out, the second type of tendrils come in. They lie below the spine equipped once. These branches are thick, but very sturdy. They share similar anatomy to the small branches of the crawl, equipped with organelle that absorbs nutrients. These tendrils sense the blood
Surprise Chan,
and
can you
move their
link
way
that
to
at
the
all?
surface and begin to absorb the vital fluid. Once the blood has been consumed, the tendrils will wrap around the body and begin to shuffle downwards. This movement loosens the soil and slowly pull the body.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought so. I thought, yeah, no, okay, yup, that's, no, don't, guys, I'm gonna go pee. I'm definitely not gonna go cry in a corner. I'm gonna go pee. No, I'm gonna go pee. I'll be back in 2 minutes. So, I took a moment to collect myself because I was getting immensely unsettled. And in that time, a viewer of mine linked a video of apparently one of these creatures feasting. So, let's quickly watch this and see what it's all about. Just real quick. I'm pretty sure this is by the same person, right? By the same person? Yeah, by the same person. We might take a look at this guy's, more of this guy's stuff.
Will continue to feed
Compliment
until
this.
there is nothing but scraps. The nourishment absorbed by the tendrils will be sucked back into the main bulb of the harvester. This bulb houses all the vital
This isn't going
organs
to
and the
alleviate
venom
my
glands that
unsettledness,
pump
is
into
it?
the spines. The nutrients are then converted into usable energy. The remains underground decompose, providing a rich soil, causing very prominent plant growth, which then attracts more animals.
Oh, whoops.
A strange behavior the harvester displays as its choice of diet. The spines will only activate on larger
Hello?
animals, allowing smaller ones to
Hello?
pass by unaffected.
Oh, shut up, you. Ah, tech problems. We love a bit of scuff here. What? Oh, no. Okay, so that's just August. Oh god, that's really... Why did... Alright, who used the liquefy tool on these faces? Guys, I told you! Stop putting the souls of the damned in your damn videos! Oh no. T-Pain, thank you for the follow. I don't like where this is going. Cool. Thanks for that. Wait, what? Wait, hold on. Wait. The population didn't really change. It moved. The fog? Because it was all condensed down here at the beginning. Why is it suddenly... Yeah, they didn't change. They just moved. Oh. Make us whole, Isaac. Make us whole. Convergence is at hand. Dude, the people who made this, chef's kiss to you guys. You know how to do horror. This is like an A star, like an A tier ARG. Like there's some shit ARGs out there. This is golden. Why? I'm not usually lost for words. Wait, what? Oh, it is converging. Are they all part of some hive mind? Is this entire thing like... Oh, this is literally some kind of flood shit. It's like some necromorph flood shit. Oh, not this again. It's so unsettling. Well, I thought I was sleeping tonight. Oh, yikes. 4 family members sitting on a wall. 4 family members sitting. Oh, look, there's a tentacle. Now there's only 2 family members sitting on the wall. 2 family members are remaining on the wall. 2 family members remaining. They try. Oh, wait. What was that? Where was that? Don't think I didn't see that. Yeah, so you know that thing we stated about the fact that the guy decided to spawn Satan on the planet? Yeah, no, this is why you don't spawn Satan. Oh my god, no. Why did... Alright, who the fuck was the person who linked me this? You're getting banned. I hate that.
Activate on larger animals, allowing.
I'm just gonna go back to the documentary. I didn't need that in my brain.
The spines will also not activate on some species of bird. There are a couple theories as to why this happens.
Feathers?
1. It could be that attacking smaller animals would cost too much energy for what they get in return, making it not worth the time. Another could be that smaller animals may attract larger animals or predators, allowing a safe place where prey may thrive and lure more predators. It truly is astonishing. Although it is a spectacular creature, it is also very dangerous.
No! You don't say! What gave you that idea?
The harvester is decently rare, only populating sparse areas in the northern hemisphere and
Fine, we live in an island. We are totally fine.
woodland forest.
Fuck you, Europe. Fuck you, Canada.
If you are stung by a harvester, there will be no way of helping you, being that there is no cure, and fatality is 100% positive.
Wait. Hold. More secrets. Family attack. Oh, that's what the thing was. Uh-oh. Authorities refuse to handle the harvester, only putting up warning signs? Dude, whatever universe this is has a terrible, terrible government.
The best thing you can do is avoid encountering a harvester in the first place. If you are hiking, take note of any warnings or signs saying that there are harvesters around. If you also notice an abundance of lush, ground-dwelling plants in a forested area, and there are no signs of wildlife, this is suspicious and you should leave the area, staying close to the base.
Just like how going to a furry convention and not smelling fecal matter is very suspicious.
Of large trees or rocks. If you find yourself in the middle of a harvester ground, do not panic. Sudden movements may activate the tendrils and will inject you. Although a harvester is rather forgiving, do not risk any skittish movements. Remain calm. If you have any objects with considerable heft, like coats, backpacks, or full water bottles, gently take that object and lightly toss it towards the bulb and away from your escape route. This will activate the spines on where the object lands, distracting the bulb for a moment. You will then slowly begin to do wide shuffles away from the bulb. If possible, throw
If I'm honest, this is more scary than the mimic. At least you know with the mimic that it's, well, at least with the, and I think that's kind of the thing with most of these, like, when it comes to, like, horror and the aspects that play into horror, there's usually, like, a trifecta. You either have the unknown, you have the obvious, and you have the unchangeable. Those 3 things are the triangle of perfect horror. And knowing that the mimic plays off the idea of, you kind of know it's there. But all of this from what I've seen so far, the fact that you can't do anything about it is horrifying. That's what gets me with this. Oh, yeah. Blech. Nepal, thank you very much for the resub.
Fair enough distance
And
away,
Flair, hi, hun.
just to be safe. Continue until you are completely sure you are out of harm's way. You may come out unscathed, but don't be too obnoxious, or you will be a harvester's next meal.
That sounds like a
Next up
harvester's
is The
sympathizer.
host.
The host!
The host of influence.
Thanks,
Vivi, thank you for the resub.
239 for the sub.
The host of influence, more commonly referred to as.
Dude, I was done with this world the second I saw the mimic. Like, I could maybe live in a world with those mimics. The second I saw the harvester, though, nope. Purge it. It must be purged. But now you're telling me this thing exists as well? It just goes from bad to worse to please somebody call it an exterminatus.
The host has its name derived from a host who invites guests to an event. Not to be confused with a host, a harborer of parasites or disease. The host is a semi-humanoid looking organism. It has the structure of a head, torso, and arms. Other than this, it shares no other characteristics.
Oh, that's good to know.
The lower half of the host is comprised of a mass of fibrous tissue and tendrils that burrow in.
Dude, you know I'm uncomfortable when I don't even make monster fucker jokes about these things. Like, I would many monsters. In fact, the list of monsters that I wouldn't is so much smaller than that of a list of monsters that I would. But I think I've got some names to add to the list of monsters that I wouldn't.
Into the ground to hold the host in place. Instead of skin, the host is covered in muscular tissue fibers, tendons, and veins. In some parts of the body are covered in a meaty plate, used to cover any large exposed areas.
So, in this universe, I'm assuming that all of humanity lives inside giant fenced-off walls. And we never go outside. Because that's the only solution I'm seeing to this.
Allowing movement. The host's head has a smooth surface where the face should be, attached to a crooked neck, which houses a slit in the front used for feeding. On the host's back is a mound of pores. Protruding from these pores are hollow, hair-like structures, extending outwards. These hairs are barrels that release spores produced with...
Every single one of these just seems to be an incrementing level of how much can we make you feel uncomfortable. I joke when it's something that I'm like hee-hoo with, but this is just, no. My skin's crawling.
By being fired into the air. These spores are hazardous, so keep clear of them at all costs.
Oh,
Luckily,
hold, secret.
these spores are hazardous, so keep clear of them at all costs.
Hi, how are ya? Why is it always the cultists? Can't cultists just not fuck up the world for once, please?
Luckily, the host is rare, only found in North America.
Fuck you, North America!
Obtaining info about the host is a very risky and daunting task. This is because of their rarity and of how dangerous it is to be up close to one. The spores released by a host is very dangerous when inhaled. A host will release a cloud of spores into the air, which will be...
This imagery was also used at Comic-Con to express the need for nerds to have a shower.
picked up by wind and carried great distances. If an organism inhales the spores, the
they become
particles
one?
will find their way into the organism's brain and infect them.
Is this like one of those brain worms that take control of like ants and bugs to get themselves eaten? Ugh.
Infected organism will show no symptoms of infection right away, but a couple hours after infection the infected organism's behavior and thought process will change. The first symptoms that appear are restlessness, sluggish movement, numbness of joints, and lack of coordination.
But that's just me on a regular basis. Have I been infected and I don't even know it? But am I a spore creature?
Then more serious symptoms appear over time. These include dizziness, migraines, impaired speech, and trembles.
Stop describing me as I live and breathe! Oh my Stop it! Stop it right now!
If you, or someone you know show these symptoms, contact poison control or emergency services. After a total of 6 to 7 hours after infection, the organism will cease all activities they were previously doing and begin to walk. The direction the infected will walk is towards the host whose spores have been inhaled by the infected individual.
Eat me, mommy. Eat me and use my skin like a jacket.
If the infected makes their way to the host, they will kneel down in front of it, expose their vital organs, and the host will promptly gut and remove those organs.
I mean, you weren't using them anyway.
The host will consume them and discard the leftover scraps.
Just like
However,
my...
if an infected organism doesn't reach the host within a 36-hour span or is treated for their infection, the effects will wear off and return back
Oh! Wow, this is the only one where you might have a chance of survival. Holy shit!
to normal. If a host is unable to find prey or doesn't like its current location, it will unroot itself and move to a new location.
That's not fair!
Their scarce numbers and the hazard of being around one makes getting info about the host very daunting. All you need to currently know is that the host is extremely dangerous and should be avoided at all costs.
You mean to tell me the second it's like bored of an area, they just gets like, you don't have to screw zero. Whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Next,
I wonder. I want to take a look at the guy's channel real quick. Oh, you mean to tell me that I should have watched these first? I didn't realize there was a playlist. Okay, we will watch these. We will watch these. We're going to do the trifecta, but we're going to finish this first.
monoliths. The monoliths.
Oh, was that another eye? Was that a monolith? Although one day the critters found the cave while searching for food, they found the prince in trance in his healing sleep. The critters were so awestruck and enchanted by the prince's magic. Oh,
The
wow!
monoliths.
Okay,
The
what
monolith
nightmare
is a
fuel
very
could...
new creature, only showing up in June of 1972 in the area of...
So this is a convergence thing, then. These are the hive minds.
There are only 7 monoliths. All of
Echo
them
Cookie,
located
thank
in
you
a
for the follow.
circular position,
And also Sergeant.
1.5 kilometers in diameter. This ring
What?
of monoliths surround the monolith.
I'm not saying that they're giving us a location to nuke, but if you want to stop this infestation where it started, send every single nuke that the planet has to this location right now. Sure, you might glass half of, Northern America, but it's better than losing the entire planet. At least that's what the scene from Halo 4 taught me.
monolith is a Titanic-sized being, measuring roughly 120 meters in height. Each monolith has 2 trunk legs that are firmly embedded underground. The legs connect to a torso.
When are we getting a movie about this? Wait a minute. This is just Death Stranding. Yeah, I'm about ready to see Norman Reedus come along and get yoinked up in the air by this thing.
The creature itself is made of hundreds of thousands of meaty strands, tightly woven together to form the structure.
Yeah,
These
or
strands end in
Stalker.
the neck,
Actually, this has a very
fusing into
Stalker
a
vibe to
solid
it.
mass of hardened flesh in the shape of an upside-down triangle, with a hole in its center. On each side of the monolith where arms would be, there are dozens of long, rope-like appendages. These reach just barely to the ground. At the creature's feet, the strands go deep into the earth and extend horizontally a decent distance away.
So, this is what I'm perceiving this to be. So, there was a SCP that was kind of similar to this, right? The one that was like the flesh that hates or something. Like, you have the surface level. And then the flesh, these little things that come up from the ground, are connected to whatever is underground. So there's something down here. some big old, like, monster. It's like, sup, y'all. It's me, your boy Asmongold. And then from this, there's all the, like, it's got tentacles reaching off, spreading its influence. And all those harvesters are consuming things and slowly making their way back to this thing to feed it. At least that's the way I'm perceiving it. Hi, Maddie.
What the monoliths do is simply stand and do nothing. The only activity
Just like the average ASMR streamer.
documented that the monoliths have done was in. During this period, they were extremely aggressive. When the group of were making
Yeah, and then I walked up to one and sucked right on it. And I got all up in my whilst bending the and I right. And that's how I birthed the entirety of a known universe.
their way to the city. The monolith that they had passes roared a deep bellow and swung its appendages at the team, completely wiping them out.
Oh.
When military vehicles were dispatched,
Have you considered vertical repel gear? Have you considered playing the Attack on Titan theme and using you know, the repel gear, what's it called? What was that gear called again? No, the little hook shots that go into walls and having blades and going do 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 do. Have you considered calling in Levi? ODM
once
gear,
they got
yes.
close enough top the monolith, it roared another call, this time releasing an EMP blast, completely knocking the vehicles out in the vicinity. Finally, long-distance rockets were fired and struck the creature.
And did what? I was about ready for the Halo theme to start up there. Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Although damaged, it regenerated at great speed
Oh.
and resumed its stance unscathed. Eventually, the area has been fenced off and is now restricted to all.
Clearly you didn't use a big enough rocket. Guys, we have high payload nukes on this planet. That looked like you just fired a toothpick at it.
Ever since, the monolith stands silently, now only a grand spectacle of awe and mystery, only adding more questions to these meat beings. And finally, the
More?
last creature on this list is...
Excuse me, hey, hold up. Is that like a logo? Or a set of headphones? The little gremlins! Look, guys, it's the average D&D party filled with goblins. Singularity. No wonder that there are cults that are worshipping this thing. Give cults anything like remotely symbolic or otherworldly, and they will turn it into a devotion of worship. Because they're just that shallow-minded.
Unique qualities that are not well understood. The singularity typically can be found suspended in air by an unseen force. There are also a variety of reading that have been documented coming from the orb itself. Various things like magnetic fields, energy signatures, and other pattern-like signals released by the singularity. The population of these creatures is unknown. Almost all info about the singularity is hidden or confiscated by officials. We were only able to receive one classified document about the singularity being held by...
Oh, that's a banger. Yo, the new Skrillex dubstep album just dropped. Okay, so that's gonna be a little bit of a weird cut there, but I only just realized that these were the literally just the individual parts of the main video itself. Now we're gonna watch the ones we're supposed to be watching, like cook at home. I'm
This
confused.
could be the greatest discovery of the age.
So 90s.
Have any information of the whereabouts of
Wait. That looked important. That looked important to deciphering the clues. What is this? If you have anything because of this person, please contact the local CSIS. Telephone numbers Vincent Barrère, photograph, wanted by the CSIS. Inter-provincial travel production of cinema. Like, real question. Even if this wasn't made with the flesh of a monstrous creature, would you really eat this? This looks A, dry, B, bland, and C, just why? Put some sauce in there. Put it in the oven to bake it. Ugh. Okay, so there was something worth watching in this. Literally bumfuck nothing. Okay, that was completely pointless. Kind of.
Many people get pets for companionship.
Yay! Time to
They
learn how to
form
look after a
bonds and grow
trimming.
relationships with these animals, even to the
Taito,
point
thank
of
you for the
them
follow.
being
What's up, dude?
considered a part of the family. Most people get dogs or cats, but maybe you want something more interesting.
Why get a cat when you can get me?
Then you may
Woof.
want to get yourself a trimming.
Oh, fucking ew! They made a goddamn hand puppet for this thing. Ugh.
These lumps of meat have grown a reputation to be a loving companion for many people. in
Why?
their hearts. Although most people may not know the proper ways to care for them. Today, we will be showing you how
Hey,
you
I
can
know how to care for it. Fire. Lots and lots of fire.
care for your pet trimming.
I do appreciate the
Taking
fact they
care
went
of a
through the effort
trimming
of
is
making
fairly
these things,
easy,
though.
But this is no reason to slack off. They are living things and do require maintenance. The first thing to keep in mind when keeping a trimming is the temperature of your home.
Yeah, about 500 degrees Celsius will do. And if you want to go into a few degrees of Kelvin, highly recommend that too.
While trimmings are resilient to both
You know, guys, I'm going to do you all a service. I'm going to do service. Hey, listen. Hey, hi, it's me. It's me, Mariko Kitsukari. Now, I understand that this documentary is trying to encourage you to find a trimming and turn it into a pet. Don't do that. Have me as a pet instead. I will actually allow you to take me into your home and treat me like royalty. I will shit on your carpet, I will eat all your food, and I will make noises at 3 o'clock in the morning. But at least I look cuter than this motherfucking looking pustule. Sure, I'm basically the same as owning a trimming, but at least I look better. At least I'll make conversation. At least, fluffy tail. So for your consideration, fuck those trimmings and take me on instead. Thank you for listening.
high and low conditions, you
Now
want to
somebody
keep
draw
your
me with a
base
trimming
temperature
next to
in
me
your
and me
room
kicking
temp,
it.
maybe slightly cooler. That being said, trimmings prefer warmer areas to nest. A simple setup you may use is a box with some blankets on the inside. Make sure there is
That
enough
or
for
the
your
oven.
trimming to cover itself. And now you have a comfy bed for your buddy.
Oh, it's so gross.
Next, you want to give your trimming the best diet possible.
Usually infants between the age of 2 and 3. Usually those that are well fed.
Trimmings are not picky eaters and will eat anything you give them. To keep your
Angelica?
trimming healthy and strong, a diet of dry cat or dog food that is high in protein, provided 2 times a day, is best. As a treat, you may give your trimming any scraps of your food. Things like apple cores, banana peels, or eggshells are a perfect snack. A thing to remember is trimmings are nocturnal and make plenty of noise.
Okay, I have a fun story. Last night I was trying to go to bed. We have a dog in the house who has a soft palate deformity. And occasionally they start retching. On a very frequent occasion, this dog will wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning making this kind of noise. Now, when you're waking up from a nightmare, that is the last thing you want to hear. Like, sure, it could be your dog retching, but no one's saying it's not a mimic inside your house.
To prevent you from having sleepless nights, try to give your trimmings first meal in the late morning or afternoon. This helps them be active during these times instead. Another thing to consider if you want a pet trimming is where they will be living. Your home should have enough space for your trimming to roam around.
Not in the home,
as well as
preferably.
access to the outdoors, like a backyard. If not, be sure to take your trimmings on regular walks. This gives your trimming the extra.
Look, if this universe is stupid enough to be taking trimmings in as pets, do you think they also have trimming shows? Like bringing their trimmings to show like dog shows? Ah, yes, my trimming is only on the finest of diets. Yes, it is of the finest of breeds, not a mongrel like yours.
Exercise they need, as well as allowing them to meet other trimmings.
They
Trimmings
made 2
are
of
a
these.
social creature and need to interact with others of their kind, like how they do in the wild.
They
When
made
it
more
comes
than
to
one of these things.
entertainment, Trimmings are not the most active and aren't the best at fetch or tug of war.
Bruh, it's me. It's me in the morning. Nah, man, I ain't chasing no ball. You can suck your own balls.
But here are other ways to keep your trimming entertained. Some toys that trimmings like are little items they can push, around, pull, or carry. Trimmings also enjoy things that you enjoy as well, like watching the television or listening to the radio. They love seeing and
They're listening. They're watching. They're observing.
listening to all the funny things coming from the devices. After a long day, your trimming might be dirty and need a wash. To clean them, start your bath with a gentle warm water, mixed with a bit
I mean,
of
with that
hair
amount of
or
fire
body
I'd be
wash.
applying to mine, yeah, mine be pretty
Gently
dirty too.
scrub the trimming's feet, armpits, belly, and neck fold. Remember to be careful around their face and avoid
Oh,
getting
look
soaked in
at
their
the
eyes,
little
nose,
guy.
and mouth.
Okay, that's kind of cute.
Gently pat dry with a towel when done. Now your buddy is all clean.
Don't- Motherfucker, don't you be booping that snoot. Don't even try to make me feel like I should feel something for this disgusting creature. Ugh.
And lastly, as said before, trimmings are social creatures, so be sure to give them plenty of affection. They love receiving pats.
Do you think when they were filming this, the person recording was like, okay, now pet your trimming. Stroke your trimming. Come on. Stroke that trimming like you mean it.
Scratches, and pets. They also love to sit with you and cuddle. Since they communicate with each other in the wild, it is best to replicate this behavior with them as well.
No!
Simply talking to them is plenty enough. You can talk about your day, if anything interesting happened at work, if you are working on any new recipes, or talk about the weather. Trimmings are very good listeners and love to be involved.
Involved with the brunt end of a spade, maybe?
With all of these in mind, you are now well equipped to have a trimming become a part of the family.
Guys, who wants to own a
Right,
trimming?
and you will have a companion
Anyone want to own
for
a trimming?
long while.
When you could just get a cat? Or me? Hello? Don't think I didn't see that. What? I can't read that. That's some bullshit. Nope. Meat snake. Oh no. I don't like where this one is going. Something about meat snakes. Hey guys, do me a favor. Go and Google meat snake for me and tell me what comes up. Oh no, we're committing crimes, guys! Haha! My favorite
In the
kind of
year
thing.
1945, with the war finally ended, the cleanup process had started. During routine sweep of an underground train tunnel, the cleanup crew made a grotesque discovery.
What is that?
Found completely filling the tunnel was a meaty wall, and in the center of the mass was an opening with several skulls surrounding it. Closer inspection of the blockage revealed that the mass was actually an extremely engorged meat snake.
Oh.
Its impeccable size had blocked off the entirety of the tunnel's path. There was many strange things with this creature.
Oh, that's horrifying. Oh, Christ. That's not just a single skull making up the head anymore. That's like, the skulls have just turned into teeth. This is like straight up that worm leech thing from Penumbra. Ugh.
First was the coloration. A typical meat snake's color is bright reds and light browns. This particular meat snake was a very deep maroon. Another strange thing about it was its behavior. This creature barely moved. Meat snakes are normally sluggish and encumbersome, but the specimen discovered seemed to lack even basic motor functions.
Oh yeah, the worm from Men in Black 2.
Its
True.
behavior was that of a plant's. Stationary, with only minor movements within. One would assume it was dead. The reason the meat snake may act this way may be because it was completely lodged in place and minimized movements to
Or it's
conserve energy.
pupating.
But how would it have gotten this deep into the tunnel in the first place?
Cultists! The cultists are at it again, feeding the creature, making it grow.
And by the looks of weathering, it had been in there for quite some time. So how did it get so large? The answer was discovered by a different cleaning crew, who found the other end of the tunnel. They followed it until it met with the other end of the meat snake. Alongside it was a huge pile of
Yeah? Oh. Oh, that's just nasty.
This meat snake's skin also displayed great amounts of resilience. It took several days of cutting to even obtain a sample.
No, Frozen, thank you for the
You
follow.
can see the clear difference between this meat snake
So
specimen.
what you do is you get a nuke, right? And you put it in, you throw that nuke into the mouth of the giant snake. Simple.
Versus a normal meat snake's membrane. Testing on the sample showed that it had great immunity to damage. It tolerated extreme freezing temperatures, extreme heat temperatures, and even high doses of radiation. It is a wonder how such durability can occur in an organic creature. Another strange phenomenon is the smell off the skin. Normally, it would have a sour smell of rotting flesh. But the specimen displayed a rather pleasant smell, like that of cooking scrambled eggs.
Ugh.
Meat snake was later discovered to be missing by unknown survivors.
What?
How the meat snake grew in size was
Missing?
discovered to be
How do you lose a freaking 12-foot, like 100-foot long meat snake? Other than not my ass. What? Hold. Ew. One of the critters built up the courage to meet the now awake stranger. They crawled to the prince's side and extended their hand in friendship. The prince reached back and together they had formed a bond. Wow! Cool. All right, next one. Oh, is this a mimic? Okay. This one, this is 20 minutes long. This is gonna be a 2-hour long react, Andy. I can see it already.
As of the time of this video's release, we have been facing a concerning increase of missing persons and fatalities on a global scale. The reason for this is because we are under attack.
I mean, in reality, I suppose this makes
We have
easy content
discovered
for you
that
guys.
There has been a significant growth
Hey, if
of
you're
mimic
watching us on YouTube and you've gotten this far, good
which is
job.
threatening
You're a real
public
slugger.
safety. National
Twitch,
leaders have
say
released
hello to the
this
people watching on
instructional
YouTube.
recording to teach you on how to defend yourself. Here is what you need to know about the threat. Mimics are humanoid, intelligent predators that
We know
are
this
highly
already.
active and feed solely on human prey. Mimics gain information on people by watching their daily lives and pick to hunt people when they are most vulnerable.
Real question, are you guys actually
The
finding
most
this interesting?
common times a mimic will attack is when
Like,
you
actually, for real. So I base what I do entirely off of how you guys enjoy it. Like, I'm loving this, but I have to determine whether this is good, like, content for YouTube. Are we enjoying this? Because if we are, if I see this video does well in views, if I see this video does well with likes and engagement, then I will absolutely do more of this. But obviously, these are very long watches to get the whole experience. So I understand that these might be bigger uploads, and if it is, I'm a bit sorry. But I need to know if you guys enjoy this as to whether I do more. So,
are asleep, that walking alone, or in a cornered position. Mimics are cautious and calculative creatures, taking
out
precautions
of all of
to
them,
ensure
this
a
is the one that kind of
successful
creeps me out
hunt.
the most.
They utilize various
Got that uncanny
tactics to
valleyness of
capture a
being
person
humanoid.
by surprise. One of the more well-known tactics is hiding itself inside of furniture to blend into its environment. Common objects that mimics can hide inside are sofas.
Oh no. Oh, I don't like that at all. Oh, I don't like that at all.
Recliners, wardrobes, ottomans, and other places a mimic can comfortably wait. Mimics are able to contort their body in ways that allow them to fit inside smaller places. They also use it to expand their body, making themselves appear larger for intimidation.
Ooga booga ooga ooga.
Another method mimics use to blend in is their ability to put on and wear clothing.
I don't know, dude. If I see a mimic approaching me wearing some Levi's and a bright fluorescent pink hoodie, I ain't gonna really be that intimidated.
Mimics put on layers
It's trying
of
to do the
shirts,
human.
pants, and jackets to hide their bright red skin and blend into densely populated areas. In very rare cases, mimics can develop and grow to look very similar to human beings.
Yes, how do you
Pairing this
do, my
with
fellow
clothing,
human? Do you
it
want to
can
go
be very hard
skateboards?
to tell the difference between a mimic and a person right away. If you are unsure if a person is a mimic, look out for key features that may reveal their true form.
If you believe someone is a mimic, stab them in the eyeball. If they scream and shout and let it all out, then they are in fact a human. If they look at you garishly and have a big grin and say, ah yes, that is how you say hello, then you know they are a mimic.
Look for abnormal facial features, like large, bulbous eyes, flat noses, wide mouths and an uncanny smile, and clammy skin. Also pay attention to other exposed body parts like hands. Mimic people will have long fingers.
Dude, I see
with
this
no
image in my head
fingernails.
of a mimic like dressing
If
up
you
like
are
a
unable
human,
to see their
mimicking a
face or
human
hands,
routine, and it
watch
gets like a
their
9 to
walking
5
pattern.
job, but gets so enthralled with
Mimics'
working
legs are
as a
long
9 to
and
5
hunched.
employee that
Their
it's just
walking will be
living as a
unusual and
human for its
irregular.
entire life. All right, there's Mimic Bob. We already know you're a mimic,
Here's
but
what you do
listen,
if
you
you
got
are
a
met
work
with
quota
a
to
mimic.
obtain to. No
If it
hunting
stands
humans until
before
you've done
you,
your 9 to
do
5,
not
Bob.
panic.
Come on, Mimic. Mimic
Stand
Bob.
your ground and try to appear larger. Wave your hands and make plenty of noise.
Ooga booga ooga.
Maintain eye contact. A mimic will hesitate to attack a potential threat. If you are armed with a weapon, aim for the head or legs. These are the best areas to hit to immobilize the threat. Fight back and don't let it get a hold on you. If you find a mimic that hasn't discovered you yet, stay out of sight. Call the authorities
Yowie
and
hands
alert
looking
them of your
motherfucker.
location. Stay where you are to avoid startling the mimic. If the mimic gives chase, run.
If the mimic gives chase, pull your dick out and make it awkward. Mimics don't want to hunt things that are enjoying the process. Like getting mugged. If you're getting mugged, pull your dick out. Strip off. Get naked. Show them that you're enjoying it. No one wants to mug someone who's making it weird.
Try to get somewhere out of sight and hide.
Unknown, thank you for that follow.
Do not leave the area. Officials will need to locate you to help. Stay low and stay quiet. With the information you have learned, use it well, and stay safe.
That's it. This seems like the kind of world where everyone's gonna be walking around with a flamethrower. Like, for real. Ah, yes, Jeremy didn't have his standard issue flamethrower to hand. You know, we can't feel sorry for a man who went outside without his standard issue flamethrower. For shame. For shame.
Got it.
Oh, I hate these live action parts. Oh, it's gonna make me feel uncomfortable, I know it.
Hey, can we get a move on?
1 sec. Yeah.
Yes, just cast Fireball!
Hello.
I thought you only had 30 minutes of tape on that.
I know, but just gotta see how it works.
Why? Why 30 minutes of tape? Because monetization's a
Never
bitch.
got to use one of these.
I cast Fireball!
You were the only person who could film with me, so you're gonna have to put up with it.
Hey, Voxid! What's up, dude? How you doing? I'm inside of Voxid.
Screw you.
They're one of my VTube
Screw you.
parents. I was gonna say daddy, but daddy would sound awkward.
There we go.
Ah, fuck it. VTube daddy. Daddy.
Cold.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. You got
Also,
some light
mods,
now.
get that Voxid. Shout them out.
Oh, look at that.
Extreme.
Over there. You can't see anything unless I like point directly over there. Like, nope, can't see nothing.
Are you sure we should be out this late?
Fine.
Honey, darling, boo-boo, you are a character in a doomed universe. Not to mention you are on a VHS recording. You dead. You straight up dead. You don't even know it yet.
I'll cook you stuff when we get home. Don't worry.
I'm hungry.
Same.
Man.
And so's the mimic chasing you. I'm scared. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for it. The mimic's gonna be there somewhere. I want to say that if this was his first video, maybe this was him more testing the idea of like visual effects, you know, making something look VHS related, making something look dated and the aesthetic and vibe he was trying to go for. I feel like that's kind of what this would be. Very much in that sense of finding your footing within the genre.
Jump out and grab it, you know.
Cut it out. It's scary enough as is. Chris? Chris?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Chris is dead. Chris is already dead.
Chris?
Chris?
Where are you? Chris! Come on! This isn't funny! Chris! I just want to go home, come on!
Well, can I get an 07 for Chris, please?
Fine, I guess I'm going home without you. I'm cold, tired, and hungry. Do you want to stay out
Ha, same.
here and play games? You can.
Chris? Chris? Hey, Chris, you want to come inside and have a taste of my popsicle stick? I love this. Man, my best friend forever has disappeared into the night. And I could give literally 0 fucks. Get you a friend like this. Wait, was that a noise? Hold up. Did you hear that? I want to say that's the camera making that noise. But did you see it? Was it all just an elaborate hoax? Yeah, I was about to say, this is making me want to watch the Blair Witch Project. No, it's not. It's making me not want to watch it. Never mind, I'm a baby bitch. I can't handle horror. Ugh. I like that. That's such a subtle little attention to detail. She's moving faster. You can hear her breath in her pace of breath increasing. Like, it's a very subtle attention to detail, but you can tell she's scared. And the anxiety is kind of building.
Chris? What are you doing? Because this isn't funny.
Yo, we found the man bear pig! Dude, 15 minutes of edging for this. This is the most ruined orgasm I've ever had. Holy shit. Jenny! Jenny! I'm gooning, Jenny! I'm gooning! Let me goon, Jenny! Yeah, you dead. You dead. You dead. Run, bitch! Man, I'm kind of hoping she gets munched at this point. At least that way it puts an end to this. And to be fair, Voxid, and to people who've only tuned in for this video, I want you to be aware, what we watched before this was fucking gold. I was creeped, I was scared, it was horrifying. I mean, you can tell this was obviously his first video. I mean, it's still good, but by comparison, it's not even holding a candle. Dude, she just ran home like an Olympic sprinter. Okay, that's pretty fucking scary. Okay. We're gonna skip the flavor enhancer commercial because I feel like it's just gonna be unnecessary. Uncovered document. But there's something about the flavor enhancer. What if the flavor enhancer was actually made by the orb? The orb! Yeah, so this is an analog horror. The main thing that we watched was the Vita Carnis video. And these are all like the complimentary videos that sort of explain and go over things that were in that main video. So unfortunately, some of you are missing context. New tries are facing chances. Yeah, I'm starting to think there's some mind control stuff happening here. Wait, what the fuck? Hi, Pinky, what's up? Hello. There's some kind of suspicious activity going on here. I'm starting thinking maybe it might be the Illuminati. Jenny, you got worms. Oh, what are those weird, like they base the creatures from The Last of Us off of it. The fungal thing that infects an ant or a bug and then it kind of grows out of them. Cordyceps? Cordyceps, yeah. Is this the whole thing based off of an idea like cordyceps? I really hope it isn't. Conflicts with experiencing backlash from so there's like this whole lore going on that there's a war that happened. So obviously this is very much a parallel universe. But it's a parallel universe that don't know how to do shit with paranormal activity, apparently. This is going to take a lot of editing, I can tell. Message to Carcass? Who calls their company Carcass? Oh, the people who were indoctrinated. Subtle. Yo, December 1990? That was literally 11 months before I was born. Wow. I just dated myself. Huh?
In the distant horizon, the group of monoliths stand vacant. Although closed off to outsiders, their stance can be observed well outside the perimeter. It is known to have hundreds of thousands of fibers that weave themselves deep underground, all connected in a grand mycelial network.
Hi, Roxy Cat.
You might be confused as to why you received this package. This was left to you because we
You might be confused as to why you received my package. Well, you paid $69 on my Fansly, so you get my package delivered directly to your door. Bow, chicka, bow, wow.
also aware that you have received backlash for doing so. Something isn't as it seems, and you know.
So what, there's like shadow government or resistance maybe? Oh, that's the photo of the couple that died. Ah, it's all interconnecting. Circles within circles, spirals within spirals.
Because they don't want us to know. We've been kept in the dark while those above us slither and miss the blind. They have slowly been numbing our minds to their schemes.
That's what the flavor enhancer is. The flavor enhancer is like chemtrails, man. Chemtrails. They're true to the friggin' frogs gay.
This is why I've left this message to you. The document's included with the statement is all the information that I have gathered. Every continuity.
What is this? Meat snake, mimic, harvester, host, monolith crawl, trimmings. Something about the flavor enhancer stuff? Yeah, no, this is basically a culmination of almost everything that was in the main video. Sensor. Matching, I think? And it all seems to stem back to those big orbs. Remember, guys, worship your orb diligently, for the orb is to be worshipped. Oh, that stupid island! Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Something they don't want us to know about. He's where you come in. I don't have the power to change things, but you do. Alongside the documents, our plans, plans for a meeting.
Of course, because there's the cult.
You have the resources. This information I've provided to you. I hope you can put a stop to all the scandals. I just hope it isn't too late.
Ah, interesting. Spooky.
The monoliths are truly an astonishing sight to behold.
I kind of see this as the thing, right? So there's obviously this underlying surreptitious nature that there's people fighting back and that they understand that the world is a bit of a bugged place. And then these videos are kind of like things made by the government to make people believe that things like the monolith and the trimmings and the red stuff is like normal and not to be feared. I'm assuming. Mr. DZ, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Makari Mansion. What's up? And Immortal Wolf King, thank you for the follow as well. Thank you. Thanks for watching. No, thank you for giving me nightmare fuel. Used. Okay. So we got 4 new videos remaining. And then we'll have the full circuit. Kashako! Can you catch the news today because boobs? Yo, boobs? You were getting boobs and you didn't tell me? Man. Couldn't be one of my viewers if they're getting
Mission
boobs.
brief.
My view is a bunch of virgins.
3 ground teams are tasked with infiltrating a previously abandoned mall titled Facility 0.
Now we're getting some SCP bullshit.
Which is located in the restricted zone based on our info. The mission will take place in 3 stages: infiltration, encirclement, and ambush.
This is like some cult of
Primary
the
objective is to capture the facility.
Oh,
and seize the items of
because
interest.
there's a few cults in the SCP Foundation that are kind of similar to this. What was it? Cult of the something? No, not Cult of the Damned. I remember there was like a similar concept within SCP that dealt with very similar like notions of Serpent's Hand. Yes, thank you.
For extraction. Numerous armed guards are located within the facility. Avoid detection and keep up your guard.
Church of the Broken God. Yeah, there's a few of them, I guess, right? And that's kind of like, I find that to be fascinating. You know, I had a thought. Imagine if all of this was just a college project. Imagine if this person went through all this effort to make a full-blown ARG. They hand it into their teacher, and they give them the old, well, the brief said you had to make it lighthearted and humorous. You fail. At that point, I'd say, fuck you. Good thing media don't need no grades. Because at that point, you take it all to those film festivals, you say, fuck you, teacher. By the way, I failed artwork. And yet artwork is my job. Because my art teacher told me that apparently drawing cartoons isn't considered real artwork. Wow, it's almost like media and art are like subjective or something. Wow, crazy.
Alpha team, in position.
Charlie team,
Beta team,
dot.
in position.
Soap in position. Soap? What kind of a name is Soap?
Gamma team, in position.
Copy. Beginning phase 1.
Oh, shoot, okay. Damn, they got assets.
Pathway cleared. Give us the green light.
Man, this is some flash animation levels of
Copy. Green light is a go. Begin phase 2 in advance.
So they can be destroyed. Just with very high caliber weaponry.
Alpha team, copy. Beginning advance.
Oh, they're going after one of the monoliths?
All right, we're heading out. Move, move, move!
I once again repeat my statement, though. Oh, they're in a video game! Okay, what game is this? Is this like an armor mod? Ew. Oh, did they like tase it? Oh, that's so clever. They didn't try and destroy it. They just try and they like numbed it or neutralized it or like sedated it or something. That's kind of cool. Like really good attention to detail. I'm gonna say this looks like Stalker. I want to say this is Stalker, like a Stalker mod of some kind.
Lights off. Come on. Move.
The monolith. You think I could play basketball through the hole of its head? Thread the needle, George. Thread the needle. I want to say, by the way, for everyone watching this, you should be in awe of my skill. I have never sat for longer than an hour on a single thing before. And this video is going to easily be above 2 hours long. You owe me a thank you. Or at least a subscribe to my YouTube channel, or follow me on Twitch. Do that now. Or don't. I'm not your mum.
Keep your distance. Single file.
They're gonna die. Oh, they're just right under it?
Halt! position, awaiting green light.
The fact they've like made this entire section in a game to have like some actual footage of something happening. This is so cool. I love this level of attention. Anyone choking on a ham down there?
Eyes are secure. Turning blind. Lights green.
Oh, please tell me that's not a mannequin.
Copy. Green light is a go. Begin phase 2 in advance.
Also, who the hell drew this sketch? Like, did they get, like, one of their children to draw it before they went into the combat? Into the combat zone? Hey, guys, how many of these 3 people do you think are going to be dead by the end of this? Hands up. All of them, 1 of them, 2 of them, or 3 of them? Oh, 3 of them are. All of them, none of them, or some of them? Come on, Bravo team. Oh yeah, there they go. Oh, that's not Bravo team. God, I'm getting some vibes of playing Interchange in Escape from Tarkov. I'm expecting Killer to come around the corner going, bye-bye, my cheeks! Oh, there go the guards. Rip those guys.
Alpha team in position. We are experiencing mechanical interference. Should we resume? Copy. Phase 3 is still a go. Preparing for breach.
Breach, breach, breach! And then Captain Price was on the other side. Surprise, motherfucker!
1. Breach.
And we're not gonna see anything. You know, it's amazing how much of a story you can tell by literally showing nothing. The power of suggestion is crazy.
Get down! Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Get down! Get down! Put down your weapon! Get down! Put down your weapon! Put your hands up! Get down! I said get down!
This is what happens when you don't pay your parking fine. So did they all die? Did they win? Did they save the world? You know what? Let's see what season 2 trailer's all about. I could easily see this being adapted to like a movie kind of thing. Like, it very much has all the trappings of like some AAA funded movie of some kind. Hello? Don't you play me innocent children's music. I've played enough horror games in this world to know that this shit is only a red herring for things that are gonna kill me. Is it Christmas? Is it Christmas? Is it time to open up presents? That's not a present. That's a horrible monster. Ugh. I might have just shit myself. Oh my god, that made my heart jump. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. That's terrifying. Nope. Nope. Didn't need that in my life. Didn't need that. Yay, jump scares. Yay, harvesters. Yay, nightmare fuel. Yay, not sleeping forever. Come on, guys. Why'd you have to shit my shorts for me? Unbelievable. Looks like the production quality went up a bit. This shit is too creepy. I'm not even gonna make some kind of tentacle hentai joke. Carcass. Can I really call a sick flip? Why is it reversed? Missing summary? Oh, mission summary. Oh, that would be pertaining to the thing from the last video, obviously. Okay, real question. Are these part of the next season? I'm gonna assume these aren't part of season 2. Or at least, if there is gonna be a season 2, they'll start it off with something really big.
Today something has happened within the restricted zone, where a large group of cultists have been apprehended. Several teams of military personnel have arrested some
Well, there we go. At least we get some finality to what we saw from earlier.
Shockingly, several of these members are well-renowned politicians and high-ranking members of multiple governments across the globe.
Of course. It's all part of the plan. The monoliths, the orb, they all indoctrinated governmental members. So we're actually getting a story now. I wonder how much of this is the skibbity toilet effect. How much of this do you think was originally them making their original video and then them shaping an actual story into it after it got popular? Like, I wonder how much of this was originally planned out to be this way and how much of it was a result of the fact that it became popular. Because really, Skibbity Toilet only gained Skibbity Toilet only gained a story because it became popular. I do wonder.
Murder, kidnapping,
Mysterious Mia, thanks for the follow.
Ritual sacrifice, and the list goes on.
The members are found guilty of deliberately providing false information to the public in an attempt to cause harm.
The new Trier Company has been found to have very significant ties with cultist activities.
I mean, obviously there's like an actual like cyclical narrative happening now.
Deemed hazardous for consumption.
Cultivation farms are facing pressure to shut down. Public unrest grows as the
Ooh, that's creepy. Don't like that. Nope, don't like that. Do not like that. That's horrifying. No, no, don't like it.
Crimes that were hidden away to light.
The people are outraged by how little was actually being done.
They demand that
Gee, it's almost like the orb had infested government and turned people into docile, obedient puppets who didn't question their oh wait, that's the world we live in.
may be done to handle the Carnis species.
Riots appear in the streets as protests begin to turn.
So there's actually like a chronological narrative here. Like the plot is developing. I think this is actually really cool. Sometimes, like to me, a part of the mystique of some of these ARGs is when you don't put things in order. And now I almost feel like they're doing themselves a disservice by making this sort of episodic. Like an ARG to me revels in inconsistency. It revels in randomness. And if they're making this seasonal, if they're making this episodic, it's probably still going to be cool and interesting, but it's going to be much harder to maintain that sort of curiosity and mystique to it. Is that an orb? Do they have a pet orb?
Welcome to Magister's Wonders.
Wow!
I am the Magister, and get ready to explore
Yo, the animation quality, dude.
wonders. Today, we are learning about the circle of life.
Yay! I love life. Do you love life? I love life. With how much this has jump cuts and goes between different like themes, no wonder this works well for the TikTok adult skibbity toilet Ohio Phantom Tax mindseted kids these days.
Total. Each singularity is roughly 1 meter in diameter. They are made of an unknown material, although it looks and feels very similar to glass. We are unable to sample it in fear of causing potential damage. The material is very dark in color, but has red shimmers of light swirling inside. There are
So I'm
some
not
hints
saying
of
it's
other
aliens,
colors
but it's
present,
totally aliens.
but is mostly dominated by the red. Each entity hovers above the ground in a stationary position, although they can be moved with relative ease. Our
Some
equipment
motherfucker
can
touch
detect
this
some
thing?
subtle pulses of energy in rhythmic but random patterns.
Who looks at something like that? That'd be like somebody going up to the friggin' demon orb core, demon core, whatever it's called. You know, the one that goes when you close it. You want to get a demon core? This is how you get a demon core.
We don't know what they are. We don't know if it is breathing.
Hey, just as a real question, how many orbs are there and how many monoliths are there? Because if there's an equal amount of monoliths as there are to cores, destroy the fucking core. Duh.
Or communicating. We don't even truly know if they are even organic. This is nothing new, just confirming what we already know. Our first experiments didn't give any interesting leads. The most we got was some interference with electronics, especially when there is more than one kept close together.
You brought them together! Are you trying to start a convergence? You want to get necromorphs? This is how you get necromorphs.
The experiment we conducted showed
Jesus, these guys are stupid.
significant results. The experiment played out like this. In test chamber 1, a live cow was released into the chamber
poor
with
cow.
V1 for an extended period. They were left together for 24 hours. The test showed minimal results from the entity and an increase in stress from the cow. Next, the body of a cow was put into the chamber with V1 for 24 hours. The results were extraordinary.
I don't like where this is going. I feel like this is literally just going to turn into necromorph soup. Yo, free spaghetti? Free spaghetti and meatballs? Yo, we fucking in, boys!
5 hours after the whole body had been ingested, concentrations of Kroll rapidly grew from several points from within the chamber. What this could mean, it rewrites everything we knew about the Vita Carnis species.
You put the orb at the top, you put the monolith under the orb, and then everything else under those two. Although I'm led to believe that the orb and the monoliths are one and the same. Like, seriously, at what point does intellectual and educational curiosity outweigh your understanding of, hey, we should probably destroy these for risk of an exterminatus?
First, a young larva hatches from within its egg.
Aw,
It will roam
what a cute
around
little
and
guy.
find food to help
I'm
it
gonna eat
grow
it.
and grow.
I'm gonna eat it.
Once they are big enough, they transform into a pupa. And after some more time, they transform into an adult beetle.
I'm gonna eat
The
it.
adult beetle will go out into the world in search of food.
Audio log. Progress report for crawl samples. Cultivation has been successful. So far, we grew them with 3 specific environmental factors. One is our control.
This legitimately has the same energy as the intro to the Resident Evil movies with Mila Jovovich. Tell me I'm wrong. Go back and watch the beginning of those movies. Raccoon City. Umbrella Corporation. Zombies.
Control group. 2 with access to additional nutrition
She even
sources,
sounds like her.
and 3 with exposure to radio signals. Group 1 grew.
Was it Mila
on
Jovovich
par
or was it
with
Scarlett
standard
Johansson? I
cross
forget.
samples. No distinct abnormalities. Group 2 grew at a faster pace than the control group, as expected. No distinct abnormalities.
Yeah, this is some
Group 3
necromorph
grew
bullshit.
against its normal pattern, weaving its way toward the radio. Once the device was claimed, it switched to usual growth patterns.
This? The more this is doing stuff, the more it's reminding me of that one SCP that I mentioned earlier. The one that's like all fleshy and consumes everything and it was in Russia and whatever. I can't remember which one SCP that is. The flesh that hates? Is that the flesh that hates? Yeah.
Again, no distinct abnormalities. In conclusion, the samples that were grown in V1's test chamber don't seem to differ from others grown from other sources. Still, we will continue with more factors and further groups, just in case. There have been some developments in the propagation group. V1 samples have seemingly been...
I love it. It takes them ousting their government, making a global coup, for them to actually start researching the negative impacts of this shit. God damn. If the fact that you managed to let your world get to this stage to begin with, more fool on you! The fact it took some weird conspiracy theorist doxing the government and no one else doing anything.
Able to produce nodules at a slightly quicker rate than wild samples. Control groups show that V1 samples begin node development a few days faster. More time will be needed to say for sure. As for the nodes themselves, there aren't any distinct abnormalities. We've successfully hatched a dozen Carnish juveniles, several trimmings, 2 meat snakes, and even 1 mimic.
And this is how your Umbrella Corporation Raccoon City starts. All it's going to take is for that 1 mimic to shenanigans its way out of its holding cell, and that's how you get the zombie apocalypse.
We will be sending them to the enclosures after everyone's reports get sent out.
Just burn them! Burn them!
And then is ground into a fine mince and is now ready for the garden.
Trimming specialist? Dude, that sounds like some that sounds like some role you get when you go to Mook High School. Like, you know that McDonald's has a college, right? Where if you work in McDonald's long enough, they'll send you to the McDonald's high school so you can get specialty degrees to be a better burger flipper. Ah, yes, we're going to get you being a trimming specialist. Yes, you're going to learn how to do trimming. That is scarily close to my birthday. I'm not even shitting you. That is scarily close to my birthday. Wait, am I the trimming specialist?
Audio log. Progress report for trimming colony. Significant progress in learning the social patterns of a group of trimmings we have been keeping together. A new batch of juveniles were...
Oh no, they made a bunch of new ones. Those are horrifying.
At the beginning of the new progress report. They were accepted into the community immediately. No conflict or rejection observed. They did provide the circumstances to document more of their interactions.
It's interesting to see how much the production quality's improved as well.
Colony members meeting the new batch with squeaks and squeals.
Actually, when did this one come out? Hold on, I want to test it. So this one came out in August. The original video came out 2 years ago. Damn, they work fast.
They also are not afraid to show us when they are upset. Trimmings also use some physical displays as well.
Put me in the room with them. I'll show them who's
Do a
boss.
chewing or chatter motion with their mouths when they are happy or interested in something. The experiment
Look at the little
was to explore
puppy!
the extent of their communication skills. The test went like this.
Yeah, that
We
production
took one
code
of
has gone through the
trimmings and
roof.
had them in place in a modified enclosure. A speaker would play 2 separate audio cues. A positive cue would play, followed by a treat. And a negative
Treat!
cue, followed by
Treat!
a small spray of cold water.
Treat! I want a treat!
We did several rounds of both.
Can I have a
audio cues
treat?
to condition
I
the
want a
trimming's
treat!
Response.
Yummers. Ooh, he's getting eager. Oh, that's really unsettling. No, I don't like that. No, don't like that. Ew, ew. Like, I want to feel sorry for them, but then I look at them and realize they're horrifying.
After the test, the trimming was released back to its colony. And after a few hours, we tested how much the trimmings communicated. Another speaker was placed near the colony.
Did they eat each other?
Where we played the same audio cues. It is incredible to see how layered their social interactions can be. Although, we tried something a bit
Oh no.
bizarre.
Do not the trimming. Do not the trimming. Do not the trimming.
We found out that a wild colony had settled around the facility recently. It was strange what we did. It was a long shot. We set up a radio device near the wild colony and near ours. We linked both devices up and played the cues.
Ah, they're all connected. They're all I told you guys, it's the necromorph soup fallacy. They're all connected. It's all a hive mind. They're all part of the same organism.
There's many dangers out there in the world. There are many predators that would love to have beetles for a snack. And
You know, I'd love to be a voice
not
actor
all
for your next
beetles-
episode, Vita Carnis.
Yes, it is sad, but that's how
I'm a
the
voice
circle
acting
of
training.
life works.
Get me in there. I'll do your voice acting. I'll make this
One of the
amazing.
beetles
I'll
has
up the
laid
quality by
eggs.
tenfold.
And once the beetle's eggs hatch, the beautiful cycle starts again. And life
This voice actor sounds very familiar. You know, this is the kind of thing I'd expect, like, Wendigoon to be part of, or Papa Meat to do a recital on. Was that it? Hey! I think I saw the credits for this, actually. Hold up. Actually, bingo. I think I recognize that. Huh. Okay, we have one final video. One final video. Let's get this done. Well, I mean, I know the person who makes this actually watches the React Andes to the video.
Now only the most beautiful, only the most unique specimens will be moving.
Did somebody call their trimming Bean? Who's calling their thing Bean? Ew! I'm gonna kick your bean.
Forward.
There are lots of fossils hidden on the Earth, and plenty make their way into rivers and streams. You can look for them too.
Recreations project manager?
Audio log.
Okay, thank
Progress report
God. At this point, I would have been born for 3 months.
On the
meat snake recreation project.
Oh no, we're gonna learn about meat snakes. I don't want to learn about meat snakes.
From our previous report, the juvenile meat snake we selected was grown in a standard captivity cell until maturity.
Like, the way they're doing this research actually is giving me way big SCP vibes, actually. I wonder, I would love to know if the person who made this actually was inspired by SCP or any of that, like, sort of liminal space, alternate universe kind of jazz, because I am getting that kind of vibe. It feels like there was a bit of a shift from the ARG format to more of a documentary format.
The specimen we had selected was now an acceptable size for the project to begin.
That's gonna eat you. That is a human-sized meat snake. Nope.
The specimen was moved into restraints. Twice a day, we fed it fresh meat, scraps, roadkill, making sure that it received the necessary materials like bones and
I hate the fact that it uses the skull of the thing it eats as its mouth. That
organs to grow. 4 days into feeding, the specimen's mood mellowed out. The usual intimidation display was now a patient eagerness. It seems that the specimen now understands that we are feeding it. 11 days into feeding, the specimen has slowed down immensely. It has also been occasionally rejecting food.
Oh.
It looks like we have been...
More food on the worm. More food it rejects, the more food I get. Yeah.
Overwhelming it, not giving it enough time to properly digest and implement the material. Feeding has been reduced to once a day, but with an increase of portion size. 19 days into feeding, the meat snake has almost...
Actually, you know what this is? I was trying to put my finger on it. This is giving me very Vulcan vibes, actually. You know, the way they're like the sort of documentary kind of like journal entry kind of vibe.
Shut down entirely.
Yeah, it's a bit of a Vulcan element to it. Not that I don't like that. I like the shift in pace.
But with assistance, a makeshift mechanism was made to help the feeding process.
Oh.
Favorable results have
I've been to enough BDSM clubs to know what that is.
The hue of the specimen's skin has been turning shades darker. Sampling period seems to be approaching sooner than expected. Day 21 into feeding. The specimen has reached all the required criteria to begin sampling.
Did it eat a person?
Managed to obtain a skin patch. We began with cold resistance. The typical meat snake skin can hold its integrity up to negative 30 degrees Celsius.
What?
The specimen sample survived down to negative 100 degrees, even maintaining flexibility.
Yeah, no wonder humankind is fucked in this universe. Good God.
Next, the heat resistance test. The sample was able to withstand impressive temperatures. We were only able to bring the temp up to 3,000 degrees Celsius before we had to bring in new equipment. We used some welding equipment and determined that the sample's limit was capped at around 5.
Kurna, the reason why I'm a bit calmer is because we've been watching this set of videos for 3 hours! So, you know, the ADHD is kind of kicked in and we're kind of cozy. Yeah, my gremlin antics, don't worry, they return way soon enough.
1,000 degrees Celsius.
But hi.
Sample testing was interrupted by a peculiar event.
Gotta keep in mind as well, when it comes to videos like this, you kind of have to sit there calmly.
Routine feeding found that the meat snake had escaped its restraints.
Oh. Oh, it's about to divorce some people.
Performing mitosis.
Oh, this is what you get. This is what you fucking get. I told you from the word go. Oh, you start spawning trimmings, and you start spawning meat snakes and a mimic. Oh, man. There's no way that a Raccoon City situation could happen with this. No. Idiots.
At the time. The project has been halted for now.
Good.
And the 2 meat snakes have been moved back into their original enclosure.
Kill them! Kill them! Obey obliterate the... Oh my god, these guys are stupid.
We are preparing.
Why
more tests
must
at the start of the new
scientists
process.
dabble and dig deeply where they should not deep and too greedily? Thank you for the follow, by the way.
You can make your own sieve at home. The mesh will catch large debris, allowing smaller things to pass through. But you can add more layers with different mesh to catch more things.
Wow.
Lovely contestants so far, but there can only be one winner. And this
Oh my
year's
god,
winner
you know
is-
how at the very beginning of this video I stated, hey guys, do you think that they hold dog shows for their trimmings? Talk about a self-fulfilled prophecy. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I will be here all week. What is that? Why does Patty look like an edgy Marilyn Manson? What the fuck is that? That's not a trimming. That's a friggin' death metal concert trimming. Wait, what's that text? Hold on, secret? Secret? I see a secret. It's a shame that the resolution is less than that of my brain. Otherwise, I'd be able to read that, and I can't, so... Oh no. I mean, it's a pretty good-looking trimming.
This is my audio report for this month's progress, albeit a little bit late.
Oh, here we go with the mimic. Anyway. So, guys, how do we think the mimic is gonna go? How many people do we think are gonna die? Come on, guys. How many casualties?
It's been a bit slow, but there have been some fascinating findings. I guess I'll start with the juveniles. Feisty fellas, already chock full of hunting instinct. Their hunting patterns are similar to other ambush predators. They will wait and then catch with the
No! Don't! That is giving me the unsettling vibes of a goddamn mannequin. I hate mannequins. I hate them, and that is giving me the same energy. I do. Unsettling.
Point of surprise. They prefer to hunt prey smaller than themselves, stuff they can take down easily. But once they are older, they start getting a little cockier. But they have the killing technique to back it up. They usually aim for the throat or neck to deliver a kill as fast as possible. But once they metamorphosize into their adult form, it's harder to determine their patterns.
Ew! Dude, again, they have put so much more work into this next season. You can tell they got a bigger budget for this. Like, all of these prosthetics, all these props look amazing.
The juveniles we do manage to get into their adult form don't last very long. They simply hide away, rejecting all food we provide. As it is well known, adults only eat human flesh. The adults we have all die to starvation. The best candidates for research are the ones we capture out in the wild. They last longer, most likely due to them already having food and nutrients in their systems. It's not something I dwell on too often. I am thankful.
Somehow they found footage of me after having too much caffeine in the day. They could have at least paid me for it.
For the ones they bring in for me. We got several adults, even a few humanoid ones. We are able to understand a bit of how they...
What the fuck do you mean? That's just the average Alinity Tier 3 sub. Crazy.
We are able to understand a bit of how they work before they eventually whittle away. The hunting tactics of the adult forms change drastically from their previous form. Hunting now takes much longer as they observe and watch their prey. They are very cautious, waiting for the best opportunity. They take advantage of anything they can to get an upper hand.
Don't you dare show me this thing peeking out of me inside a closet. Hey, Clavin, thank you for the raid. Ladies and gentlemen, for the final time of this video, let's show some...
Their most popular tactic nowadays is climbing inside of furniture. Freshly metamorphosed adults are roughly 160 centimeters in height, but can fold themselves tightly into small spaces. One was even
I was just streaming the Clavin. What'd you get up to?
Old-fashioned mannequins.
No, that's my fear. That's my phobia. That right there, I don't need that in my life.
Adults still fit exceptionally well in tight places. It's funny. We didn't even know they could do this until the late 70s. They weren't even called mimics then. They were called, butchers. They changed it because its name better matched the description of characters in some kids' board game. Anyways, the
D&D
on this are confusing to say the least. All depictions of their patterns have been wrong in one way or another. Ever since that public announcement in '86, they keep changing it. In reality, it is almost completely random.
Hey, could you talk into the microphone more, please?
And it's hard to determine why in captivity. Plus, human testing is a no-go, even though I volunteered myself.
See, what you need is some good D-class personnel. Send those disposable bastards in there. That'll get you your human testing.
I feel so close to figuring it out. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. The next stages are even harder to...
So what I would do, if I were to be a scientist in this situation, right? I would get a room and split it down the middle. On one half, you have the mimic in a natural environment. And on the center, an opaque two-way mirror, a one-way mirror. On one side would be your human subject, maybe a prisoner or a D-class or something. And the mimic can see through the glass, but the person can't see in. And then just wait. And then maybe do variants on that experiment. Maybe have it so that both of them can see each other. Or maybe only the D-class can see the mimic. See what happens. Do your science. And this is why you should hire me as your scientist.
Wait, how long do these tapes have to be?
What are those sound effects? Goofy ass.
Look, this one would have fallen through our first sift. There are plenty of other fun things you can find as well.
Bones?
Oh no, my sieve isn't working.
Looks like there's a hole in your mesh. Make sure your mesh isn't damaged, or else something might slip through.
Womp womp. An incident with V1 involving the cleanup team and test it. Oh dear. Alright, here we go. Casualties incoming. Oh.
Personnel to room
21. Sir, your orb has a growth.
What happened?
My leg's tied. It's bad. It's bad. I'm bleeding.
What do I do?
I can't reach.
What do I do?
Help me down, please. Please.
We need medical assistance in test chamber 1.
Oh, God.
Stay calm. Help is on the way. Just try to stay
Damn
strong.
it. Oh, God.
All right, we're here. We're going to help you. Lower the ladder slowly. This is going to hurt. Okay, hold still. Ready? Now!
What's happening? What's happening to him? Get him out of here now! Get him out!
Man, it's just like listening to dubstep. The orb wasn't angry. The orb was very upset with what you did. And that, I believe, is it. Holy crap. Okay, this was an experience. Guys, I know this is going to be a bigger video. We might end up splitting it into 2 parts, depending on how it looks in editing. So if you end up watching both halves, or just the one that I upload, thank you very much. This is amazing. If you want to see me watch the rest of this one, whenever they put up more stuff, we absolutely will. Because this part went up 9 days ago. And I think this kind of stuff needs more attention. So I'll leave a link to the playlist in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Again, leave comments for any analog horrors you want me to watch, and maybe join our Discord, join our Twitch, check out my Patreon if you feel like it, whatever. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. 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 Bye. Bye.